Children are sometimes the hidden victims of domestic violence, but so many see the violence firsthand, and that trauma can be overwhelming.
And as we continue our Taking Action Against Domestic Violence campaign, ABC Action News reporter Michael Paluska introduces us to a first-of-its-kind program in the Bay Area called Camp Hope.
Camp Hope, it offers everything kids going to a traditional summer camp experience, with one major difference. All the children here are survivors of domestic violence. Do you think our viewers really understand some of the extreme violence and actions that are happening to them? 7 to 11-year-olds, that's really telling.
Kids pick up more than we realize, and especially young people who have grown up witnessing trauma or experiencing trauma in the home, they become hypersensitized to even just changes in voice or the tensions in rooms, because that was a protective strategy that they had to come up with. That was a coping skill that they had to learn to build.
Christine Meister is the program manager for Camp Hope through the spring of Tampa Bay. She tells me the number of kids in need is endless. Upwards of 10 million children per year are exposed to domestic violence.
We're one of the first kind of cohorts to come together to host this kind of a camp together. We're kind of a pilot for this kind of in the country, which is really neat.
In August, 3 shelters across the Bay Area teamed up to send more than 50 child survivors of domestic violence to Camp Hope. It is based off the national model for Camp Hope America, launched in San Diego in 2003. These are pictures provided to ABC Action News by Sunrise of Pasco, showing kids just being kids, having fun. Were you surprised to see so many kids just like you?
I thought that there would be a lot of people, but not that much people, because I didn't expect that much people to have to go through what we went through.
We talked with 2 boys who went to Camp Hope. We aren't showing you their faces to protect their identity.
It can be life-changing because, say, you need to get your mind off of it, and going there can just completely erase your mind of that for a while. For a good amount of time, you're just going to be thinking about that and not seeing what happened to your parents.
Camp coordinators from all 3 local shelters tell me the healing for the kids is unbelievable.
One of the really unique things about Camp Hope is that these studies have shown that 1 week of camp is the equivalent to about 3 months of therapy.
This is saving them.
That's our hope, is that we can kind of break that cycle of generational violence, and that we know that children who grow up in homes where they either experience the violence themselves or are witnessing violence are more likely to repeat that cycle down the road, either becoming victims themselves or becoming perpetrators.
You've seen so much trauma, I'm sure, in your line of work. How great is it to have something positive to talk about when it comes to domestic violence and the issues that these 7 and 11-year-olds are facing?
Yeah, it's especially rewarding because these are children. I will say that all of our kids were so brave. All of the kids tried zip lining, they tried rock climbing, and most of them probably all had not done that before, so it's incredibly rewarding just to be able to watch them even try something they've never done.
At camp, it focused more on the positive and not so much of the negative. With all of the activities that they had going on, it didn't give them much time to express what they were feeling. I think for that week, it took away just as much as trauma that they were going through.
Therapy and healing doesn't end with that 1 week of camp. The shelters all offer pathway events for children year-round.
It's one of the most heartwarming things that brings tears to your eyes, just that seeing that youth are still so resilient and so capable of joy after having gone through something so horrible. It's amazing.
In Tampa, with photojournalist Reed Moeller, Michael Paluska, ABC Action News.